Coming up on today's Co-Bet Daily, we have a massive NBA Finals special brought to you by yours truly. I'm talking literally, I think, just about every market under the sun to do with it. What about you, Alex? What are you covering?
I'm covering a bit of everything. There's golf, A-League Grand Final, and the World Test Championship, which kicks off next week in England.
That's news to me. There you go. I've also got a little bit of an AFL look, but we've got player props, game picks, best bets, everything you need for all your betting goodness. It's all wrapped up on one little nice Co-Bet Daily parcel. So you better listen to it right now. It's really good. Welcome to Co-Bet Daily. It is Thursday, June 1st. Pinching a punch for the first day of the month. Alex sucked in. Boom, gotcha. This is episode 122 of this here Co-Bet Daily. It's a good program. It's also a good website. You should go check it out. I'm the editor of that website. That's called Co-Bet. My name's Jaymz Clements. I'm joined, as always, by one of the pontiffs of punting. It's Alex Donnelly, a sad New South Wales supporter. What's going on, Alex?
Just, another year raising my expectations and having them dashed expertly by Queensland too. Just
why?
They just want it more. And definition of insanity, Jim, it's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It may be time to make some changes to that New South Wales team, maybe starting with the coach. And also, the thing I want to yell about, but I'm not going to yell about because I'm just tired. We're the sky blue. The Navy sucks. It sucks.
Did you guys win the 2019 game where you played the dark blue?
I can't remember. That's a long time ago.
Anyway, that's it. I nailed my pick yesterday. Queensland. I missed the under, though. That sucked.
In better news, I'm better at European soccer than I am State of Origin, so...
Smash that. All right. So today's show, it is Co-Bet Daily. This is Code Sad Daily if you're Alex, I guess.
All grey.
I'm Code Excited Daily because it's the NBA Finals tomorrow. I'm just kidding, a candy store vibes. This is Co-Bet Daily. It's Codes Betting is daily. That's what we do every single day. It says it on the tin. We're talking player props, game picks, best bets, all that good sort of stuff. I'm just going to lean right into the NBA Finals game one. I promised it yesterday. I had a whole mess of stuff on NBA Australia. You should go check that out as well. If you're into your hoops, it was an entire show that was just a preview of the series and game one. So NBA Australia right there. Smash that one out of the park, I feel like. And I might just throw in a quick little, I've just finished my AFL piece for today for tomorrow night's game. So if that comes up, I've actually got some thoughts. They're not great if you're a Carlton fan. Alex, what are you looking at?
I'm a bit of everything. World Test Championship next week, A-League Grand Final this week, and even some golf. The Memorial Tournament kicks off early tomorrow morning across in America.
Nice one. I like that a lot. The idea of the World Test Championship is just completely snuck up on me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's I think it's
the second finals. I think New Zealand won the first one. They may have beaten India. I can't remember. We play India next week at the Oval. Literally next Wednesday it starts.
That's awesome. It's exciting, I guess.
Playing India in England, whatever, sure. At least it's a neutral venue, I guess, and not with a kookaburra or whatever ball they use in India. We're using the Duke. So, yeah, sure.
Going to be weird. Don't know what to think about that one. I thought it was at Lord's.
It's at the Oval. No, I think that both of the finals have been at the Oval. You just naturally assume World Test Championship, Lords. That's a pretty fair college. It's like Grand Final, MCG, FA Cup, Wembley. Right,
let's get into it. NBA Finals. Where do you host those? You just host them at not neutral venues. That'd be fascinating if they ever tried that, similar to the Super Bowl, where they just went, right, this year it's in Houston. You're like, well, that stinks. I feel like it should be actually maybe that vibe.
Maybe at Madison Square Garden every year. Just do that.
MSG, the mecca of basketball. But either way, we're going to go straight to Colorado for game one. And I'll tell you what, that's where my first player prop lands, the Joker, Nikola Jokic. Hello. Absolutely smashes at home. He's gone you know how much I love my points, rebounds, assists market.
Yep.
He's gone for 50 plus the Joker in 6 straight home games, which is
a lot.
Just chaotic. So the 50 plus there seems pretty obvious, right? The problem is he's done it so often that there's not a giant amount of value. So if you want to go 50 plus for the Joker, points, rebound, assists, it's only $1.53. But, that's not too bad considering he's done it the 6 times. But, he's also gone over 70. And if you want him to go 60 plus, that's $3.50. Now, that's where your value is. Because you could easily see him throw up 30, 15, and 15. He's well within his rights to do so. And could easily do it. But Joker, the over-under the points, just simply, if you want to go his over-under points, I feel like this is actually underpriced a little bit. The line is 27.5. I feel like you look at this Miami team and go, well, their big dude is Bam Adebayo, and his backup is Cody Zeller, the bank teller. And we've got basically in between Kevin Love. Like Nikola Jokic just got done wiping the floor with Rudy Gobert, Zestafo Tower, and Karl Anthony Towns, and DeAndre Ayton and Kevin Durant, and including our man, the Rooster, Jock Landale, of course. But then absolutely demolishing like the Lakers throughout that series too, right? LeBron, AD, whatever size they could throw at him. And the Heat have literally Bam Adebayo and like the bank teller Cody Zeller. And that's like Kevin Love.
You'll
like,
think the whole series was Miami have no tall dudes.
Exactly. So I feel like the Joker over 27.5 is a lock for me for this game. $1.87 with Ladbrokes at the moment. Jimmy Butler, I feel like as well, the game plan is going to be fascinating to see how this unfolds. I feel like Denver is going to go, cool, if Jimmy Butler gets his, that's fine. As long as we don't let the Mosquito fleet beat us,
Yep.
the Caleb Martins, the Kyle Lowrys, the Gabe Vincents, the Max Struessers, the Duncan Robinson. I like to have a beer with Duncan. Don't let those guys beat you. Just don't let them get hot from three. Just cover them as much as you can. If Jimmy Butler's driving to the hoop time and time again, to be honest, that's the lesser of all evils. Off you go. So the over 27.5 for Jimmy. Love that for game one. Bam, I think he's going to have a real tough time against the sheer size of this Nuggets team. Over-under for him is 16.5 points. I'm going to go the under there. That's $1.87. He's going to be facing off against, well, he's going to be trying to balance out playing Joker, and whether or not Denver sort of go, right, well, that's cool. We've got Joker. We don't want to wear him out playing on Bam the entire time. We'll just put Aaron Gordon on it because what, is Kevin Love going to beat us? Kevin Love's 427 years old. We're fine. It's going to be all right. So I think Bam goes under the 16.5. That's again, all of these are $1.87. It's just the sort of over-unders, right? Caleb Martin, absolute superstar in the Eastern Conference Finals. He averaged 19.5 points, basically. It's 10 points above his usual average. I think we're going to see him go under. I think they're going to go, right, we've got a little bit more size we can throw on Caleb Martin. We've got the notorious KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We've got even our bench dudes, right? They've got Jeff Green. They've got Bruce Brown. They've got lots of really switchable defenders. So I feel like Caleb Martin has a bit of a tougher time. He goes under his 16.5. Jam and Jamal Murray under his as well, 26.5. I just feel like Joker's going to eat in game one. Jam and Jamal Murray should probably get over 20, but I'd probably steer clear of his over-under of the 26.5. And my favorite two, Alex, the notorious KCP. He's the champion. He won a title, actually in the bubble with the Lakers. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, over 10.5 points. Bang, lock that in. $2. 2 plus 3, $1.50. He's done that for 5 straight games. What's he going to do? Miss at home? Don't tell me no. 3 plus 3s. This is my favorite, though. This is my favorite bet of the entire thing. 3 plus 3s for notorious KCP, $2.40. He's done that 3 in his last 5. He is the perfect 3-and-D wing. Like, he will be matched up against a substantially smaller player pretty much the entire series, right? Unless they've got Jimmy Butler on him or Caleb Martin. The two guards that Miami start, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, smaller than KCP. He should just have like plenty of advantage for those corner threes that he loves so much. He should bang in 3 of those, no hassle. So that 3 plus 3 is the over 10.5. Like, I'd be all over that. That's basically my favorite player prop for game one of the NBA Finals. And I'll get into some series bets when we get to best bets. So, Alex, what about your player prop?
Yeah, having a look at Australia's captain, Patrick Cummins, taking the most wickets in the first innings versus India next week in that World Test Championship that we're talking about. Obviously takes place at the Oval in England. So you have a look at Pat Cummins' record and you're like, but Alex, he stank against India. Yeah, well, he played 2 tests on a dust bowl and then went home for obviously family reasons there, and we won't need to go into that. But you go deep into Cummins' record when he went over to England for the Ashes. What is it, like 4 or 5 years ago now, the last time we went there? It feels like forever ago. It was pre-COVID. It was that long ago. His average in England, he played 5 tests there. He took 29 wickets at 19.62. His overall career average is 21.5. So in England, average is less. Everyone just remembers, you can find it on YouTube, is when he knocks over Joe Root with that first pill in the 4th innings. I think that was in the 4th or 5th test. And then you say his average against India, as I said, it's not that great. It blows out to 32, and it's that's against India in India. And that makes sense because it's like, pace bowlers don't really do too well over in India, and the conditions aren't sort of conducive to the way Cummins bowls. You have a look at England, him whistling around with the Duke ball. He's $3.20 to take the most wickets in the first innings. I just did a quick count there. I think he's taken 35 wickets against India in Australia. overall in the 2 series that they've come across there. So when the conditions are there to suit, which, Australia and England sort of similar, at least compared to India, he's going to be all over that, especially with Josh Hazlewood, who's the second pick at $3.75. A slight breeze would injure Josh Hazlewood at the moment, so I don't want to be charging into that. If Michael Nisa was in this team, that'd probably be the bet, but I'm not even going to start yelling and ranting about that, why we haven't picked the dude who's taking wickets for fun in England at the moment. But anyway, with that, I'm happy to be all over Cummins at $3.20. If he can get up and about early, Australia will be well on their way to winning this because I feel like we have more of an advantage of the game being in England than India do.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't played this since 2019, but Cummins was amazing in that series. Yeah. And you're right about Nisa. He's also scoring runs.
Yeah, he smacked 100 the other day.
Ridiculous. I love it. I'm just like, why are we just playing the dude who's like the most informed cricketer in the world that isn't like...
And it's not like he's playing county cricket, not going to have enough. He's like, no, he's knocking over Steve Smith, Marnus, a bunch of England dudes and a bunch of Indian dudes who are already over there as well. It's like he's taking wickets against legitimate batsmen.
Yeah, the only thing I'd sort of want to dig into is probably like what the Indian bowlers have done in England as well. But Cummins' record...
Well, this is the most wickets for Australia in the first innings. So it's not India's first innings in Australia's. It's literally the most wickets for the Australian team.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, great. Well, that's just the Australian dude to take the most wickets. I love that. I should have read better. Nice. Cummins, look, I don't know. This is what you get, though. Can he withstand just the pressure of, I don't know, having morals? It's tough sometimes, isn't it? Tough.
I have none, so.
Clearly. Match game picks, easy one for me. So this is always the over-under for the NBA. Game 1, the obvious one is the over because it's been sitting. It actually, I think, started around 216. It's already bumped up to 219, which is crazy. But that just screams over because this Denver, what do we call it, Alex? The whirring death machine. Hashtag NBA Australia right there. It has been incredible, this Denver offense in the playoffs, over 119.7 points per 100 possessions, which is a lot. That is the most in the NBA. That's the most in the playoffs by far. Miami's actually been tracking awesomely in the playoffs as well, right? This is the worst offense in the regular season. They're at 116.1 per 100. Crazily good. But that's because they demolished the Bucks in 5 by just smashing all the threes and then basically did much the same against just a Celtics defense, which is like, hey, dude, should we stop them from scoring? And they're like, nah, we'll just outscore them. And that didn't work great for Boston. So Denver's defense is better than you think. But Miami, look, they can sort of hang. And as I've sort of talked about, I think I mentioned this on yesterday's show, this could easily be 120-100. And that's already hit your over. And because Denver can just demolish teams. That's what they've been doing all playoffs.
Yep.
We talk ourselves out of really good teams all the time when it comes to NBA. Like Denver was so good, but because they haven't played for a week and a half, they've just sort of disappeared from everyone's minds. They're like, dude, last time we saw them, they were smacking the absolute bejesus out of the Lakers on the Lakers court.
Yeah.
Like,
they've been chilling.
Cool. And ever since then, they've just been hanging out in altitude at home. Miami come in off a game 7 on the road, go into a game 1 on the road. There's going to be a smackdown. We see that. But the last 5 games between these two teams has also hit the total points over. The over is just going to smash. So give me the 219 over in a heartbeat. I love that bet a lot. And there's also, if you want to go another over-under, I've mentioned Melbourne Carlton before, but Carlton, look, the more you look into this, you go, hang on, they kicked 6-15 last week against a Swans team that had no tools. Now they're playing, Jake Lever, Stephen May.
They're also not in great form at the moment, Lever and May, but it's also when you look in that, it's like, hey, teams have figured out how to actually beat them. It's, let's not kick it to them, let's kick it around them.
Do you trust Carlton any way, shape or form to not do that, though?
Because you'd be trying to kick it around them and kick it to them.
Oh, kick it in the air to them, like really high up, and then they can actually sort of spoil and have a field day. But 6-15 last week against the Sydney Swans team that had no tall defenders was abysmal. And 2 of those goals, I think it was a DeConing goal. There was a Sam Walsh, awesome goal from the boundary line.
Yeah, there was a junk one. The one that got Charlie Curno's one that got smothered that somehow landed in Motlop's hands.
It's that sort of stuff where they just have like an completely non-functioning forward line at the moment. So the under is the play for Melbourne Carlton. Melbourne, I think the point that I make right at the end of my article that's just gone up is that Melbourne have the best offense in the AFL at the moment.
But they don't have a full forward.
Even with 2, without a full forward, but also with 2 just pretty bad losses, right? Last week and the week before against Freo and Port. But the way that they managed to keep the scoreboard ticking over, they still got over 70 plus. Carlton would give their left leg for a 70 plus at this point. Like they've just been that bad. So I think the under is the play. It's like 164. And I think the last 4 games of the G have gone under. Melbourne have beaten Carlton 7 straight times. This just screams under to me as well on a Friday night. Just a dreary slog.
It's meant to rain tomorrow too.
Oh, jeez. I'm glad I'm not going now. So there you go. Good stuff. So a couple of, one over for the NBA, one under for the AFL. What about you, Alex?
Having a look at the A-League final where Melbourne City take on the Central Coast Mariners in Sydney. Boo!
Let's have the final in a neutral venue. I was just talking about that. That's fine.
Yeah, but we're doing this because, but Jim, it's good for the game. We're doing this for the good of the game and for the fans. No, it's because you're broke. Yep. Honestly. Anyway.
When he does this, it means more money.
If you're not watching, we're doing the money signal. Anyway, to the game. Melbourne City have won their last 11 against Central Coast Mariners. Both teams' score has hit in 15 of Melbourne City's last 16 and over 2.5 has hit in 9 of the last 10 that they've played in. So this one's pretty simple. Melbourne City head-to-head $2. Both teams to score $1.50. City and over 2.5 goals. That's the 90-minute result, $2.75. I don't think this goes to extra time. This is going to be a 3-1, 2-1, something like that. Melbourne City to lift the trophy.
Love it. That's pretty good.
Nice and
I like
simple.
that. And to stick with your game picks on the old football, soccer, so the Europa League last night, so you actually had in the paper, I think earlier this week, right? The draw.
Yeah, we tipped the draw at regular time, under 2.5 goals, 1-1, nailed it. And Paulo Dybala to score a goal, nailed it. Unfortunately, I said Roma to win on penalties at $9 and Jim's beloved Sevilla won it on penalties at $9. So really what we should have done.
Unbeaten in Europa League finals forever. My beloved Sevilla.
The first European final Jose Mourinho has ever lost, which is unbelievable.
Does that make him the non-special one now or not?
Nah, it just makes it like if you're playing Sevilla, all bets are off.
What's the level that he has to now hit to be just not be? He gets called the one rather than the special one. Where it's like the half.
Get Roma to win the Conference League again, I guess.
I just want to know what the levels are of the special one. It's like you're sort of on the downward slope then. So like, is there a rankings term?
But
of the
I suppose
special?
he's seeing as he's won everything and lifted this Roma team to the Europa League final. It's like, yeah, you actually are pretty good.
But I mean, that's it.
Actually, and it's hilarious. Like, quick drive-by. The only place he's had no success at, Tottenham.
Nice one. All right, best bets for today, tomorrow. Now, these are the series bets that I was looking at, and I mentioned yesterday for the final. So the exact score, we talked about that yesterday, 4-1.
Yeah.
That's my pick. Denver to win it. 4-1. It's I think digging around it was like $3.25. You can read my giant big NBA Finals preview, like the series preview. There'll be a game preview that goes up today as well. The series preview, I think we had $3.25. We found it with TopSport with the $4 4-1 Denver result. And the exact order, which is always my favorite because you're trying to figure out the narrative of the series. Denver wins game 1 and game 2. They're 42-7 at home.
Yeah.
That should happen, right? Miami, game 3 or 4. Which one do you want to give them here, Alex? Because I feel like game 3 is the one where they come in. They're like, yeah, man, we're feeling good. We're finally home. We've lost a cup.
That's when the whirring death machine goes, that's cute. Bam.
I feel like that's the kind of vibe because you want to go the proper gentleman's sweep, which is to win 3 straight.
Yeah.
And lose game 4 and then win at home. That's the proper way to go as a gentleman about sweeping a team and going 4-1. So that's $8. The Miami to win game 3 instead of game 4.
Yeah.
That exact order in that 5, $7.50. So that's actually the most, that's the lowest priced of the exact orders, which is pretty interesting. I don't actually mind Denver in a sweep as well. If you want to go, the series total games or I do like the total games when it's like, it's 5. It's like, Miami really going to win it in 5? Just go Denver 4-1. What are you doing? But the point scorer, the total series point scorer, this is a fascinating one to me because, as I said, Joker will feast in this series. But I think what will happen over the course of probably games 2, 3, and 4, and possibly game 5, is that Joker eventually just goes, right, Eric Spoelstra is a really good coach. They'll figure out ways to at least stymie his scoring output.
Yep.
And that's when someone like Jam and Jamal Murray just steps up and goes, well, that's cute. Now I've got one-on-one and I'm finding heaps of room on these like bubble screens and like these really high screens with Joker. I'm getting that little bit more space and I'm just banging 6 threes a game. Off we go. $3.25 for Jam and Jamal Murray to the highest scorer of the series. He's actually the third favorite behind Joker and behind Jimmy Butler. Butler's probably not a bad bet too. They're both he and Joker are over $2. So can't really go wrong. It's just sort of which one you feel like gives the best value. It's probably Murray with the best value at the moment. But Jimmy Butler just to go, right. I guess totally Nelson Munsett, right? And just go, I have to do it all myself and score, 35 points a game. He did it in the first round.
Does he also have to give up smoking?
Mate, my dad just went down to get some cigarettes. It's like, Jimmy Butler, your dad's very clearly Michael Jordan. But anyway, the vibe here of Jimmy Butler did in the first round against Milwaukee, it was just absolutely amazing. Like just dropping 40 pieces, 50 and just stuff like that. It's just Denver's defense is that big and that tough that it's going to probably wear him down like Milwaukee should have been, but it's a bit older and a bit slower.
Yep.
So I really feel like I'm going to land on Murray with the point scorer. 3-point markets, though, to hit the most threes in the NBA Finals, Alex, is always a good one, too, because there are some really good long shots. I mentioned the notorious KCP. How does $41 sound? Sounds pretty good to me. Jaymz Murray is the favorite. He's $1.70. As I've said, he can go for 4 or 5 a game. He's averaging the most out of all the players involved. But Caleb Martin had 22 in just the series alone against Boston. His average is about that, just over 2 a game. But if you think about 22 and 7 is, I don't know. I'm no math magician, but it's pretty good.
Do the math.
He's almost 3 games. So, and he got hotter and hotter and hotter as that went along. So he's not a bad look. He's pretty well priced. But Murray's obviously the very short price favorite. Joker's not a bad one. Michael Porter Jr. But KCP in the finals against Miami in the bubble, I think he hit 15 in that series, and he was getting really, really hot towards the end of that Lakers series as well. And he sort of has these little pits and troughs, but when he gets on an absolute roll, he just doesn't miss. So I feel like he's my play there for 41, just incredible value. And Murray is obviously just the best one there. The rebounds and assists, unbackable. You can't do it, Alex, because there's a bloke out there. He's a big Serbian. His name is Nikola Jokic. Hello. And he's a 2-time MVP.
So you're backing on him to get injured, basically.
Basically, because he's $1.01 to lead rebounds and assists because he's averaging a triple-double in the playoffs. He's averaging 30 points as well.
I don't think you're going to beat that, Jim.
I don't think so. So the rebounds, he's basically at 14 a game. The next closest is 9, which is Bam Adebayo in Miami. And assists, I believe he's at over 10. And his next best, the next highest competitor is Jamal Murray, who's at 6, and that's his teammate. So Joker's going to win both of those, no problems. And then, of course, finals MVP. It's who's going to, if Denver win this series, Joker wins it. That's all he needs on the resume. They win because of him. He is their entire offensive system. Unless Jamal Murray averages 40 points a game, we saw him average 32.5 against the Lakers. But even then, Joker still won the Western Conference Finals MVP. So Jamal Murray can go off. But Joker does so much for this Denver team that he is a lock for finals MVP if you think they win. And obviously, if you think Miami can win, then you go Jimmy Butler. Simple as that. Correct score after 3 games, Denver 3-0. The one that you just talked about, Alex, $3.10. Love that.
Ooh.
The series handicap, you can get that -1.5 for Denver. Love that as well. Because if you just go, well, they might slip up and just, Miami sneak out 2 wins at home or something like that, or Denver have an out-of-body experience in game 2 and maybe someone tweaks an ankle and Miami still game 2. But then Denver can roll and still win it in 6 or something. The -1.5 still covers you for that. But yeah, so the best bets for tomorrow, game 1, it's obviously the Denver Nuggets to win at the line, -9.5 and the over. That'll get you over that $3 mark and away you go. Pack her up, boys. I love that a lot. And if I want to do Rate My Multi, do you want to do it now, Alex?
May as well do it now.
All right. Rate My Multi. Miami versus Denver, game 1. The same game multi. Nikola Jokic, hello. 24.5 plus points.
Yep.
He's averaging 30 in the play. 30.
Okay.
This is far less than his average. Let's go.
Got to play to his average, yep.
Jimmy Butler averaging over 28 points in the playoffs as well on the road. So give me 27.5. As I've said, I think he's the fulcrum for everything that Miami offense does in game 1. I think he gets over 28. Jamal Murray, he had 32.5 average in the Western Conference Finals. I'm just going to put him at 22.5 just because I think they don't need him to go off and have 28. With the 22.5, you can just go bang. Nikola Jokic, 12-plus rebounds. He's gone for 12-plus in 4 straight against Miami and 6 straight at home. I love that, 12-plus. Who else is going to get the rebounds? Nobody. It's the Joker, and I've mentioned him before as well, the notorious KCP. Just give me the 2 threes, KCP.
Nothing
You
hard.
up in the That's all I ask. He's done that in 5 straight games. That's a 5-leg same game multi for game 1 of the NBA Finals. $7.50 feels very, very doable. What do you reckon, Alex? Rate my multi.
I think Leo should clip that up and that should be on socials now. And it's just like you run to your nearest bookmaker, you call your HR department and be like, hey, can I have some of my money so I can put it on this bet and I'll give it to you tomorrow after I win?
Responsibly.
Yeah, it's all responsible, of course.
The only thing that I can see is like Jimmy Butler, because we have seen the 27.5 points of this one to get it to $7.50. I bumped that up a little bit, but he is playoff Jimmy. Like he's averaging 28 points on the road. So I'm like, I'm going to have to just play to his average because I do think that he is going to just be the absolute lodestone to their entire offense. And I feel like the rest of that team will have a really tough time and he's going to go, right, I'm Nelson Munsing it. I'm going to put it on my back. I'm going to try to win this by myself and off we go. And I think they fall short. Denver win. You could probably go the points over as well and really bump up that price. But just as a player performance multi, $7.50, 5 legs. I love it. Nice. I'm going to give that 10 out of 10. I just rated my own. All right, Alex.
Speaking of 10 out of 10, a top 10 bet at the Memorial Tournament, which kicks off later tonight, early tomorrow morning. Scotty Scheffler to finish top 10 in this tournament at $1.73. He has not missed the top 20 in his last 13 events in stroke play, Jim. So none of this team crap or anything like this. When Scotty Scheffler is doing it himself, he's Nelson Munsing it. He has not missed the top 20 in his last 13. I saw an insane stat. If you had like $100 all up Scheffler in those last 13 events, it'd be up some exorbitant amount of money. So shout out there. Have a look to his recent form. His last 7 tournaments, his worst finish is 11th. His last 3, 5th, 2nd, and 3rd.
Oh, love it.
Scotty is in great form. He didn't play in this event in 2022. He finished 3rd in his last time in this in 2021. The man is in form. It looks like him and John Rahm are going to be fighting this out. One of them probably wins it unless there's just an aberration and someone plays out of their skin good. But $1.73 to finish top 10, Scotty Scheffler. Give me all of that.
Just as long as he doesn't shuffle himself, he's all good. I do like it. That's great. I just want to jump on and see when my man Max Holmes is at, but that's all right.
Having fun on Twitter as Max. He's a great Twitter follower.
He's crushing it. All right, there you go. That's a great one. I love a bit of golf to finish off a best bet. So, nice. There you go. That's it. Co-Bet Daily done for today. We're back on deck today again and then again today with an NRL show and an AFL show.
Yay.
So make sure you subscribed across all of the shows on Spotify. And, of course, I think most of them just show up in your feed with most other podcast apps. So either way, make sure you're subscribed on your podcast app, like, review, and star it. Go on. We don't ask for much. Check us a follow across all the socials for CodeBet, YouTube, Facey, IG, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, all that good stuff. Send in any questions, any comments, any multis you want us to rate. We'll happily rate some multis for the weekend of footy ahead, NRL or AFL, whatever you feel like. But either way, that was good. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, cheers, Jim.
We'll also have you and Phil on the NRL show today, and we'll be joined, the two of us, by social guy Leo for the AFL show for some fantasy bets.
Yeah, I look forward to Phil and I yelling about how bad last night was, but then also laughing at how pathetic the St. George Dragons are as an organisation at the moment.
Man, just imagine losing your namesake sponsor.
That's been there for 40 years, and your coaching target is like, you know what, now I'm going to go assist somewhere else for another 12 months.
Tough scenes. All right, thanks, Alex.
Cheers.
Thanks, as always, to Gerald for producing, and thanks to me for, getting pretty hyped up on coffee today. So I'm feeling pretty good. All right, what do we say, Alex?
Gamble responsibly.
All right, may all your picks come in. Happy punting. It's NBA Finals time, you little beauty. Co-Bet Daily, out.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.